Good morning. I now call to the meeting of Wednesday, September 23rd, 2020, Philadelphia with commissioners. We will start with public comment. Before I get there, let me just say, if you are here to comment about polling place, new relocation, we'll hold those comments until the new business portion of the meeting. We will move to public comment. Commenters shall state where they live, or if they are not a resident of Philadelphia, that they are a Philadelphia taxpayer. Public comment is not an opportunity for dialogue or Q&A. It is public comment. A chance for you to tell us what you think. Each speaker shall have 2 minutes. However, I may extend this time at my discretion. All public comments must be relevant or germane to board business. Finally, it is my responsibility to preserve the order and decorum of the meeting. As such, profane, slanders, discriminatory, or personal attacks will not be tolerated. Anyone wishing to offer public comment, I would ask that you step forward, but before we do that, I would like to take a moment of silence to honor Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Thank you. Thank you very much. Anyone is here wishing to offer public comment, please step forward and state your name for the record. If you're here to comment on a polling place, if you want to wait for the polling place, so we'll get Is anybody here to offer any public comment not related to polling places? Thank you. We will proceed to a report from the Secretary, Commissioner Sabir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
The Commissioner's Office has received all public comments that were emailed to our office as of 9:45 today, September 23rd, 2020. These comments have been shared with each Commissioner and their deputies to review at 10 a.m. today. These comments were also provided to each Commissioner at the beginning of the meeting and are available for the public to review at the public comment table. We have received 2 public comments, one from Protect Our Philly and the other from Sharon Strauss. These comments were forwarded to our office during last week's meeting and were not addressed. I have reviewed these comments and asked that they be moved into the record.
Thank you.
I also reviewed and agree they should be moved into the record.
I have also reviewed them. Please move into the record. We will now proceed to old business with a report from our Executive Director, Joseph Lynch.
Morning, Commissioner. Morning, can you hear me? Okay. County Board of Elections, to date, we have processed 284,253 absentee and mail-in applications that were approved. Absentees, 27,152. That's 1,487 paper and 25,665 online. Mail-in is 254,017, 102,392 paper, 151,625 online. Civilian overseas, 779. Federal voters, 1,942. Military, 363. Total outstanding ballot applications are about 33,000. Total outstanding ballot applications excluded estimated duplicate applications is about 13,500. Our registration unit, since the opening of registration June 3rd, 2020, we've processed 164,456 new registrations. There are 250 outstanding paper applications that will be done this morning. There are about 4,900 electronic applications done overnight by the Department of State, and they'll be done by sometime today. The election board, there was 5,660 confirmed board workers, 1,476 confirmed vacancies, and 2,368 confirmed left voicemails and names. Polling places, there's a total of 1,703 divisions, 1,638 are solid, which is 96.2%. The facilities used as of now, 685, and we have 43 refusals and 22 divisions waiting to be heard from. And that's my report for today.
Thank you, Joe. Joe, can you use a sanitizer that's there and wipe down the microphone? The sanitizer should be wiped. Thank you. We will now proceed to new business with a report on the polling places from Charlie Stroman.
Good morning, Commissioners. Can you hear me?
Yes, thank you.
As I stated this week, our goal is for as many divisions as possible to return to the regular polling places meeting they voted in the 2019 general election. We'd like to move the 568 divisions listed on the sheets in front of you from their consolidated locations back to the locations where they voted in the 2019 general election. A copy of the list has been given to each commissioner and is available at the public comment table. I ask that the list be moved into the record, or if you would like, I can read through all 568 divisions.
Thank you, Charlie. I would just ask if we can hear public comment. Hold off on making that movement until we go to public comment on the polling place. If anybody's here to speak on the polling place, please come forward and state your name for the record.
My name is Kim Stempel, and I am a taxpayer. I live in Weiss, Philadelphia. I'm only here because I'm concerned. My father is in Immaculate Mary now, and I have not seen him since March 10th due to the pandemic. When I went there over the weekend, I saw the sign that the polling place was going to be put in there, and I am very upset with this. We are trying to keep COVID-19 at bay. I can't see that I cannot go visit my father, but yet the public is going to go in there and vote. Now, the administrator told me that it's going to be in a separate room in the back, and they weren't going to have anything to do with the facility. But still yet, I'm worried about that. Can you guarantee me that the public's not going to be inside that facility where all the patients are? I am scared to death. My father has not been sick yet, but he is declining because I have not seen him in 6 months now. I just went to Capitol Hill last week to speak with my Facebook group to get the facilities to open up. We have 3 senators that are helping us, but yet you want to put a polling machine in my dad's facility where the family cannot visit their loved ones, but yet the public's going to go in there and vote. I understand it's essential to vote. I'm all for voting, yes, but it shouldn't be in a facility like this. Nursing homes throughout the United States have said no to the polling machines. They've taken them out. Why does this have to be in Immaculate Mary? Please tell me. That's all I'm asking.
Thank you for coming down, and we appreciate it and recognize your frustration. Immaculate Mary, they said yes to us. However, we will take your concerns and we will hold 57, 13, and 14, and we will try to look for a different location.
I would greatly
So we'll
appreciate
hold it
that.
for today, but we need to find another location for people to go to those 3 divisions.
I understand that, and I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your time. Sir?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Dewan. My ward leader name is Ms. Phila. My live in the Germantown, Lehigh area. Our last elections was held at Clymer School, and there's a sign posted right by my house that it's something about moving back to, I believe it's James Church on Germantown Avenue. And due to the pandemic, the church would be, in my view, really unhealthy. Because in the school, right, we could use the gym to spread out and have more distance between each other versus going into the church, where when you come into the church, you know, we had that table to, you know, register your name, and then you have machine. And it's really, really an unhealthy situation due to the pandemic. We have an abundance of elderly folks also in our neighborhood. My daughter herself, Tawanda Lewis, also has asthma and wants to vote in person because of all the other rhetoric and outside issues. So I would just like to ask that we consider that move also. Thank you, good job, thank you.
Sir, can you tell me what your ward and division is?
I have it written down. I believe it was ward number 4.
It's the 37th ward, but do you know the division?
No, I don't. Not right.
Okay. All right, we're gonna look into it.
Okay, I can get your phone number, have Ms. Al, the ward leader contact you, whatever.
We're gonna look at it right now. What's the name of the location again?
It's Clymer Middle School, where we last voted. And then it's a sign posted today that's been posted that it was a hearing to move to, I believe it's James Memorial Church on Germantown Avenue.
Is it St. John Memorial?
St. John's.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, we'll hold that one.
Thank you so much.
And we'll see what we can do, okay?
Thank you.
For being here.
Also real quick. This is what
Can't find another location.
This is what I haven't been able to find an answer to.
Yes.
More polling machines to help with the distancing and the efficiency of, getting people in and out and spread it apart, safely possible.
We'll take your suggestion under advisement. Thanks for coming down today. Good morning, sir.
Morning. My name is Raymond Stempel of South Philly. I'm down at 16th and Wharton Barrett Junior High School. Our voting place was moved to 17th and Ward, 1701 Ward. And we have been voting down at Barrett since the 60s. And the school is closed, especially since the school is closed right now, and will be closed during election time. Why is our voting place moved 5 blocks out of that area? The 16th ward,
So,
Barrett Junior High. It's already called Child School Barrett Junior High. 1200 block of 16th.
Charlie, can you comment on that? Barrett?
Barrett Junior High, 16th and
36th Ward, 35th Division?
yeah.
35, 36.
1200 block of 16th Street. 16th Ward, Barrett Junior High. Continues to
Well, it looks like it's going back to somewhere on that. It's going back to Barrett, sir. The signs are indicating that we weren't in Barrett in June, but we're going back to Barrett. We're going back to Barrett.
in June, but what about
We're going back to Barrett in November.
oh,
You
we
voting?
want, or they have took out the signs?
The sign is letting people know that we're going back to back. You were going back to where you were, to back. Everybody's going to get a card in the mail to let them know where their polling place is before the election.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming down, sir.
Thank you.
Good morning, sir.
My name is Darrell Jackson. I am the general manager of Park Plaza, 3900 Ford Road condominiums. And I have a letter of support for the 52nd Ward 10th Division. From our condo association president, we had a notice placed on our building, and we wanted to make sure that it will go back from the Carousel House back to 3900 Ford Road. I have a written statement from our council president to whom we may concern. It has come to my attention that there have been some condominium communities that have said they had no interest in serving as a polling place in the upcoming election. I wish to unequivocally make it known that Park Plaza condominium is not among them. On behalf of our 350 residents and commercial tenants, it is clear that we are firm in our desire to maintain 3900 Ford Road as a polling place. We have over 750 persons residing and working here. We consider it to be a welcome convenience to be able to go. Thank you for your consideration. Sharon White, President, Park Plaza Condominium Association.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for coming down. Yes, we will be going back to Park Plaza condominiums.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is anybody else here to comment on polling places? Come forward, ma'am. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Charlie Weiss. I'm a committee person in 2207, and I'm just here to say thank you to the City Commissioner's Office and Charlie Stroman for a quick investigation into the polling place change I requested last week. We really appreciate that, and we think it's going to make a huge difference for the constituents in our division. So, just here to thank you.
That's very kind. Thank you so much for coming down. Any other comments regarding polling places? Hearing none, we are going to proceed back to Mr. Stroman. So I make a motion that we vote to approve the list submitted by Charlie. We're going to hold out 57 Ward, Divisions 3, 13, and 14, and the 37th Ward, Division 17.
I second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay, Charlie, your list moves. Thank you.
This is these lists, mostly for wards 34 through 66. Notices were placed for the 2020 polling place, the proposed 2020 general location, and within the division. If the changes are approved, we will update the running list on PhiladelphiaVotes.com and the Sure system for each of the divisions. I would ask that the polling places for the 568 divisions listed on the sheets in front of you be approved.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. So we'll move on to more new business. A key aspect of our strategic and logistical planning for the November election is the opening of 15 satellite election offices, in addition to our 2 existing locations. These offices will be crucial to providing alternative voting options for the voters of Philadelphia. At these satellite offices, a voter can go to a location and register to vote if needed, request a mail-in ballot in person, receive it, vote, and return it, all at the same location. In addition, voters could bring already voted ballots, making the satellite offices also drop-off locations. Staffing is key to everything that our department must do, especially for this year's general election, to both prepare for and educate voters. By the standards of other city departments, we are not a large department. Despite this, we are taking on a tremendous burden to meet the expectations that the voters have of us. Expectations that we understand are paramount to democracy and deserve to be met. When I first made my press release regarding the satellite election offices last Friday, I thought the staffing would be fully available to open all 17 locations on Tuesday, the 29th of September. The last few days showed that would not be the case. We have made the assessment that we will not have enough trained people to open all 17 offices on September 29th. Rather than roll the dice and risk significant errors and mistakes, I would like to propose that we do a rolling opening of the satellite offices. We will open 7 of the originally proposed locations on the 29th of September, and then the remaining 10 locations as the staffing becomes available. This reflects the reality of what we are able to do right now, with current data and facts. It does not reflect the ideal voting experience that we would like to achieve. Furthermore, I will propose that these offices hold off on issuing replacement ballots to those voters who have already requested an absentee or mail-in ballot until October 6th, in order to avoid a rush of people whose ballots are already in the mail from descending on the offices, causing lines for those who have yet to apply. I make the following motion. In addition to our offices at City Hall and Riverview Place at the corner of Delaware and Garden Streets, the Board of Elections has arranged for additional Philadelphia County Board of Election offices for the November 3rd, 2020 special and general election. These offices will be located at the following locations: George Washington High School, Joseph H. Brown School, Park Middle School, J. Hampton Moore School, Deeley Center, KB Day School, Roxborough High School, Mastbaum High School, Creative and Performing Arts School, Tilden Middle School, Felton Intermediate School, Julio Burgess Elementary School, Julia Ward Howard School, Galen Lip School, Overbrook Elementary School. Voters of Philadelphia shall be able to go to any of these offices, as well as the offices at City Hall and at Delaware and Spring Garden, for the purposes of requesting absentee or mail-in ballots. These offices shall be open from 11:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m., Monday through Thursday, and 9:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Voters shall not be able to request a replacement for an already requested absentee or mail-in ballot at one of these offices until starting October 6, 2020. We will be opening these offices as quickly as possible, beginning on Tuesday, September 29, 2020. The following offices shall open on Tuesday, September 29, 2020. City Hall, George Washington High School, the Leoporis Center, Roxborough High School, Tilden Middle School, Julio de Burgess Elementary School, and Overbrook Elementary School. The deputies are authorized to open and publicize the opening of the remaining offices as staffing becomes available. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Before I vote, I just want to add something to the record, if I may.
Sure.
I just want to thank our Chairwoman, Commissioner Deeley, for her tirelessness and her relentlessness and her leadership, as well as the Deputy Commissioners and our department staff and all the work that they've done so far in preparing for the upcoming election. As indicated by the number of polling place confirmations, the number of approved mail-in ballot applications, and the number of poll workers recruited and trained, administering this election is no easy task. Getting the satellite offices ready to open has been a Herculean effort. I understand that the amount of work we're doing isn't always visible to the public, but rest assured we're doing the work and using every resource available to pull off a successful election. Phasing the opening of the satellite offices is a sound managerial decision that will result in better service for voters. Philadelphia will have more satellite election offices than any other county in the state, and will be open for longer than any other county. Since Act 77 passed, we have repeatedly said that our office is underfunded and understaffed. The pandemic has only exacerbated those problems. The grant we received from CTCL has helped us deal with some of the new pandemic-related costs, but the structural problems with our budget remain. As we approach the home stretch toward Election Day, it will be incumbent upon the administration to provide the resources and the staff needed for this election to be successful. The number of satellite election offices that open, how quickly we can process mail-in ballot applications, and how quickly we can count those ballots after Election Day is directly correlated to the amount of staff made available to us by the administration. This general election will be the most challenging election in the history of Philadelphia. However, I know that we will rise to the challenge. Thank you, and I vote in favor, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion moves. Before we adjourn, I would just like to make an announcement. Beginning next week, for Wednesday's Commissioners meeting, we will be moving the meetings to be held at the Pennsylvania Convention Center. More details of that change and that location change will be made available on our website as per our requirements by the law to let people know about the meetings. So this is our last week at the warehouse, and I'd like to thank the city's office of audiovisual equipment and technical support that we've received. Thank them very much for their help. Thank my warehouse, our warehouse staff for the job that they do preparing this space for us to be able to have these meetings. And I especially want to thank the public. You know, this is a strange time that we are in, indeed. And I have found that the participation in these meetings in this location have really been astounding. I'm really happy for it. I'm happy for the robust discussions that occurred and just the overall participation. I hope that we will see the same level of participation as we move transition over to the convention center. And I thank everybody who has participated and my fellow commissioners who have, been through this bumpy ride with me so far. We're in the home stretch, and we are committed to a successful finish. So thank you, everybody. If there no more business, I would ask for a motion I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
The meeting is adjourned. We call the chair. Thank you.